Salut les amis, bienvenue sur BON. Hi fellow viewers, you're watching BON. And welcome to share my daily tricks for learning Chinese. My name is Francis Tchiégué, and I'm so glad to have you there today because we're going to have more fun and we're going to get deeper inside this melodious and mysterious Chinese language. Stay tuned. Over 5 centuries before Christ, the great Chinese philosopher Confucius said, 过犹不及, which means going too far and not going far enough are equally bad. And for who you are just joining us today, no matter if you never had any knowledge in Chinese before, at the end of today's program, believe me, you'll be able to tell any date in Chinese with a perfect pronunciation, just like native speakers, just like native Chinese. So the first thing to have in mind before pronouncing any Chinese word is, of course, everybody knows the basic 4 tones. Ma, 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 ma. Just the sound. You can take any syllable of your choice, but pronounce them with these 4 sounds. You can say or even yeah, 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 whatever, but keep these 4 pieces of music right. In the previous classes, we've learned how to count in Chinese from 1 to 10. And we saw that through this, we acquire a lot of collateral knowledge. Like days of the week, we use numbers to pronounce them, month of the year, and many other things. So today, in today's program, we're going to complete the counting so that at the end of the program, you should be able to tell any date in Chinese without any hesitation. First, let me give you some hints, okay? Get a pen right now and be ready. Get a pen. One, that's 11. Just pronounce the way you hear it. 10 and 1. 10 will be shi. We saw it. Shi. First, let's review the numbers that we saw last time. We don't need to review from 1 to 10. You already know it, right? But still, let me tell it once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From 1 to 10, right? And now we saw that to go above 10, you just put numbers together. That's all. I mean, those numbers that you pronounce from 1 to 10, start putting them together. To make 11, you put 10 and 1. That's 11. Just pronounce the way you hear it. 10 and 1. 10 will be shi. We saw it. Shi. And 1 is yi. So to say 11, you just say shi yi. That's it. 12 will be shi er. Shi er. And so on. Now, we saw how to call a week in Chinese. That is 星期 or 周. You can say 周一, 周二, 周三, 周四, 周五, 周六, and 周日 for Sunday. We could also use 星期 like 星期一, 星期二, 星期三, 星期四, 星期五, 星期六, 星期天, or 星期日 for Sunday. Then we saw how to call month. 月 for month. 月. We even saw how to write it. 月. So from January to December, we don't need to remember all those complicated words like January, February, March, April, May. No. 1月, 2月, 3月, 4月, 5月, 6月, 7月, 8月, 9月, 10月, 11月, 12月. That's all. Now, we can start talking about dates, but let me complete for you a special number that often doesn't appear when people are counting from 1 to 10. We always forget this number, 0. How to read 0 in Chinese? We call it ling, ling, the second tone, ling, Let me write it for you on the board. You call this character Ling. Ling. And that makes everything complete now. From 0 to anything you can pronounce. Ling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, Ling, you can say that 10 is composed with I and Ling. You see? How to tell a date in Chinese? Let's choose any date, like let's say 23rd of May, or maybe 1996. In many Western languages, every part of this information has a specific name. That's not necessarily the same in all languages. In Chinese, you don't need. Just the numbers are enough. If you know how to say a week, then you know how to say a month. Then you know how to say a year. That's enough. A year in Chinese, we call it nian. Nian. Here's the way we write it. This stands for year. So all what you need to know are these 3 words. That's enough. And you can count from 1 to 10, from 1 to forever even. And you know these 3 words. That's all. So let's try to tell this date in Chinese. According to Chinese habit, dates start by the year. First the year, then the month, then the day. So we will start by this one. It will be like this is the year 1986 in our example that we took here. The year is this one. The month is May. So we call it, in English, for instance, we can say 1986. We don't often say 1986 when you're talking about years. It's a habit. But in French, we can say 1000, we say 1986 or 1986. It's okay. So in Chinese, you always pronounce one number at a time. So here it will be 1986年5月23号. You see? E for 1, we know how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1986年, we just saw it. 5月 for the month. And then 23 means 23. 23号, the 23rd. 23rd. That's it. Very simple. And if you want to specify Wednesday, you will say, you can add 周三, or you can add 星期三 if you prefer, or 周三. Very simple. Really a piece of cake. So you can tell any date with these numbers. So 2003 is 2003年, 年 for year. Very simple. You can, for instance, you can tell your birthday. Of course, you don't need to mention the year. Just tell the date. I mean, the month and the day. That's all. For instance, my birthday, 我的生日是9月25号. 9月25号. It means 25th of September. You see? We can even play with history, okay? Just using Chinese language. We know that Christopher Columbus discovered America in the year 1492, right? America was discovered in 1492. Who can tell this in Chinese? Just the date, not the whole sentence, just the date. So that's going to be *1492年. That's the time when America was discovered. The very, very famous Chinese Palace Museum that we call in Chinese Gugong. Well, we even call it Mingqing Gugong. So it was built between 1406 and 1420. You can say it in Chinese too. 1406到1420. You see? Very simple. Another historical example. The Beijing Olympic Games were opened on 2008 on the 8th of August. So, in Chinese, you would say 2008年8月8号. Simple. 2008年8月8号. Hao stands for number. Remember when we started studying Ni Hao, we said you shouldn't say Ni Hao because Ni Hao refers to this. But Ni Hao means hello. Ni Hao, third tone. This Hao is the fourth tone. It refers to a number. So 2008年8月8号. So at the end of this program, you're able to tell every kind of date in Chinese. Very simple. You can try with your birthday or with the date of today, the day of tomorrow, or the day yesterday, or whatever date you want. Try to say it in Chinese. The year, you know how to pronounce the year. You start with the year. If it is 2008, you'll say 2008 or 2009. If it's 2010, you say 2010. Very simple.好了，那我们今天的节目到这就要结束了，感谢您的收看，让我们明天同一个时间不见不散。Well, fellow viewers, let's make it again tomorrow on BON, same time. That's it for today's program. I'm Francis Tchiégué, your servant. Thanks for watching. Au revoir et à demain. Bye for now. 再见。明天见。并战绩、败战绩，每季又下分6季，共为6636季，分别是：瞒天过海、围魏救赵、借刀杀人、以逸待劳、趁火打劫、声东击西、无中生有、暗度陈仓、隔岸观火、笑里藏刀、李代调将、顺手牵羊、打草惊蛇、借蛇还魂。Too far and not going far enough are equally bad. And for who you are just joining us today, no matter if you never had any knowledge in Chinese before, at the end of today's program, believe me, you'll be able to tell any date in Chinese with a perfect pronunciation, just like native speakers, just like native Chinese. So the first thing to have in mind before pronouncing any Chinese word is, of course, everybody knows the basic 4 tones. Ma, 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 ma. Just the sound. You can... Salut les amis, bienvenue sur BON. Hi fellow viewers, you're watching BON. and welcome to share my daily tricks for learning Chinese. My name is Francis Tchiégué, and I'm so glad to have you there today because we're going to have more fun and we're going to get deeper inside this melodious and mysterious Chinese language. Stay tuned. Over 5 centuries before Christ, the great Chinese philosopher Confucius said, 过犹不及, which means going